Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home.
Today we are going to attempt to locate a vintage petrol lighter insert that we can use as a replacement in a vintage Vulcan Japanese-made petrol lighter. Flip-top style lighter like you see here. Now this insert is not going to be exactly what we are looking for, but when it comes to insert style petrol lighters, this is what you typically have: a case and then the actual mechanism and lighter that fits inside. The case may be necessary to perform certain things with the lighter, like snuffing the flame, closing it off, and extinguishing your wick. But in general, the workings of the lighter are here in the insert. The fuel goes in the insert. The flint is contained in the insert. And then, other than snuffing it, the case is just that, just a case. So we are not looking for a pipe insert. We are looking for a regular petrol lighter insert for a vintage Vulcan Japanese-made petrol lighter. This past weekend there was a gentleman named Will Curtis who made a post in the lighter repair Facebook group, and he had a really nice Vulcan flip-top petrol lighter. Looks like it was some sort of military presentation lighter. There was an enameled emblem and also some engraving on it. Really nice looking lighter. And I don't recall exactly what he said was wrong with the lighter mechanism, but I believe it was that the flint tube was messed up in it, either the threads, whatever. It wasn't going to be able to be repaired. So he was looking for a replacement, an inexpensive replacement that he didn't want to pay too much for. Now there's a few things to consider here. Some flip-top petrol lighters work off of a different system. I'm going to assume that Vulcan, which I've had Vulcan lighters before, I'm going to assume that it is working off a cam system, a cam spring system like the Zippo lighters, and we've got a Zippo here somewhere. There you can see how that all works, and that's the way that most of these Japanese lighters work as well. But we do have some, like the Park Industries, that work off of a leaf spring on the back of the insert, so obviously that will not work. We've also got some others that are perhaps more slim type lighters, so they're not necessarily going to fit because they're not going to be the same size. Here is a newer lighter, I believe made in Korea, and one of these may be a good candidate to slip in there. I don't know. Now this may not be quite up to the standards of a Zippo, but we'll have to determine that once we find one that'll fit. Then we'll get that insert working as best we can. But once Mr. Curtis had made that post on the lighter repair Facebook group, then our buddy Friedrich Deal tagged me in it, said to get a hold of me because he sent several spare lighters, spare parts here for me to do with as we wish, and that we might be able to help. So here we are. I appreciate you tagging me in that post, Friedrich. And I believe that all of the lighters you see here on the left side of the screen, trying to put some of these back together when they're not necessarily still in working order, is a little bit difficult. But all these lighters that you see over here on the left were from the lighters that Friedrich has sent me here in the last few months. These over here toward the right side were ones that I had already accumulated. I have been listing some of these lighters for sale here recently. There is an insert that, if it will fit, obviously looks like it works well, and that might be a good candidate to fit in that Vulcan lighter. May want to put new wadding in it. We'll just have to see. This one is marked Reliance Japan. We've got a few lighters in here marked Reliance. We've got a few marked Penguin. We've got a Champ or two, which the Champ are going to be the same as the Park Industries lighters as far as whether or not they will help us at this time, because that's a different system. This one is broke. The leaf spring is broke off the back of here, but typically on the Champ lighters you have a leaf spring there on the back of the insert. So once again, those will be no good, but all of these, this one marked Atlantis, this one marked Supreme, never used. Varying degrees of quality. Some of them just have a little foam, more like a sponge on the bottom, rather than actual felt or wadding. And these are going to have various different sizes. Some will fit in others and others won't. And that's why I brought this L&M lighter to the video today, so that I could demonstrate, because this is a lighter that I have used for a few years now. It's one of my EDC lighters. It's really, I guess actually it is my only EDC pipe lighter, at least insert style pipe lighter. But as you saw, this lighter is a Continental brand made in Japan, but the insert that is in it is a Zippo insert, looks like from the 1990s. So while we've got a Zippo insert and a Continental case, they work perfectly together. But that's not always the case. As we mentioned, we've got some that definitely won't fit, and then we've got some that might be insert style lighters just like another. But whether or not those inserts would be interchangeable, well, maybe they will, maybe they won't. That one you can see, it looks like that insert is just a little bit too long to go in that case. And in this one, I'll bet it slides right in. Yeah, and has a little bit of play from back to front because of it. So we really have a case here where we just need to use some trial and error, Will, to find the insert that would fit your case the best. So what I am going to suggest, since I do not have an actual Vulcan case here to try to fit one of these inserts in and see, and of course I do have other lighters around here that I can dig out and try if none of these fit. So what I'm going to suggest, Will, unless you see one of these, like I said, we've got several different brands. We've got Supreme, Nesser, Windproof, Penguin, Rogers, Continental, Windguard. Some of these have phone numbers on them. Various different brands, Firebird, Reliance, unbranded, and not even marked as to where they're made. So Will, if you want to send me the case to your Vulcan lighter, then I will do my best from all of these that you see here. And if I need to dig further and look for an insert in some of the other stuff that has been put away and kind of been stored since the move, then I'll get some of that out as well. But I think we can probably determine a flip top lighter out of all of these that we have here that we can pull an insert out of. Many of these are brand new, some of them used, but a good number of them have the possibility that we could pull that out and they'd be a perfect fit for your Vulcan insert style petrol lighter. So Will, I've got all of these here. I really wish that we could figure out a way that I could just put one of these in the mail to you, but I would be glad to try to find one of these various inserts that really aren't any good to me. There are a few of these lighters. This park lighter is still a good lighter. We'll get this one repaired hopefully at some point. Been so busy with my grandkids lately, haven't been doing much at all with any lighters, but here we have a Zippo. This looks like a mid 1980s case. I'm not sure about the insert, but who knows, that may be the one that fits best. And just let me know what you want. Do you want me to go ahead and put new wadding, new wick, make sure it's sparking as it should, lighting? I can go ahead and do all that for you, and hopefully we can do all that, Will, without any charge. You said you were willing to spend $15 or so, but that's really not necessary. If we can just find the right insert for your particular lighter and then get it working so that you can make good use of it. And not be out any more than just the price of the postage to get it to me. So Will, if you don't mind, just mail that case to me and we'll see which one of these we can get to fit and get it to work, and hopefully you will have your lighter back up and in working order in no time. Until next time.